There's really good comedians on this shit tonight. All right, we're down to our feature comedian and our headliner, all right? Are you guys ready for your feature comedian of the night? Yeah! I love this guy. He's a really good guy. He's donating some of the money to a cause tonight, which is great. Keep going for the Ferminator, everybody. Keep going for the Ferminator.
Excellent. Thank you so much for everyone coming. My current head count looks like I am donating $540 to the Mission House of Redwood City, which is a hospice care and health care for folks that are ending their life and caring for the families, because we tend to forget the families that are involved with those who are sick. Again, I want to say thank you very much. And again, I also want to thank my traveling fan base, the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office Bomb Squad. They follow me wherever I go, anytime I do comedy. They're going to keep you safe. I should probably say, if we're looking to have some laughs, I should probably step down and we'll just have our headliner come on up. But anyway, I'm happy to announce that I have just signed a very lucrative deal with Nike. So Nike's now my endorsement deal. They load me up with Adidas gear. So they've been watching me play tennis for about 3-4 years now. And since I've never won a match, they're like, we're going to feed this guy Adidas gear, and we want them to be pushing that product. Yeah, I'm not very good. What's really funny is there's a new caveat to my endorsement deal, and they want me to do a hormone replacement plan. And I was speaking to my agent, who's sitting right here, and the deal is, she's saying, well, they're going to pay you money and give you clothes, and they're going to pay you a lot of money. And I said, well, yeah. She said, well, just do it. So, so part of the deal is Nike's doing research for giving kids, like boys, pubescent drugs to see how they're going to affect their performance-enhancing drills with girls' sports. And so what's happening is I think they're moving it up to me, and to see how I'm going to do on the women's circuit. Since I haven't won a match in like 3 years, they're going to have me move on to the women's circuit. And so probably the next time you do see me, I'll be going by the name of Inga. I will have chest hair, and I'll have a perky set of D cups. Yep. Anyone here parents? Parents. Oh my God, look at you guys, parents. Yeah, I have 2 children myself. I have a 92-year-old son. Yeah, and he put me in a mental hospital for 3 months earlier this year. And I have a very feisty 85-year-old daughter. And my son, he lives in a senior assisted living home. And every time I go to visit him, this is my Wednesday. This was just like 2 days ago, so this is like beautiful. I go in and I go to the front desk receptionist, and as I'm walking in, I see the receptionist get a walkie-talkie, and it's like, beep. Ferminator has entered the building. All points bulletin, the Ferminator has entered the building. And they're like, okay. So I said, hey, Pat, how you doing? Oh, baby, how you doing? I said, oh, good. And so the second I walk around the corner, there is a line of people. Because my oldest son is a troublemaker. You know that one kid who's always in trouble? And you're always spending more time in the principal's office than at your job? That's my oldest son. And so there's like this long line, and it looks like a NASCAR pit crew about to go on strike on the morning of the Daytona 500. And so there I am, and I'm conversing with all of these people, and I'm kind of getting through this. And everyone's just we just need 1 minute. Well, that was like 2 hours ago. And so there I was. And then immediately after this thing, I go to try to find my dad, and I look at and I find him, and he's like, do you really have to come now? I'm a little busy. I'm busy. And don't your kids sit there and go, oh my God, my mom's here, my dad's here. This is so embarrassing. I wish you guys would leave me alone. My father does that to me. Can you believe that? I'm keeping this guy afloat, and he's doing that kind of stuff with me. So anyway, so sure enough, then my little daughter calls me. And both my parents are from the Basque region in Spain. So they all speak 4 languages, so they have these very beautiful, cute accents. And my mom calls, and I swear she goes, bro, you need to do something about your father. He is pissing everybody off. Everybody. And he is driving me absolutely banana split. You need to do something about this. And so sure enough, it's my responsibility to take care of these 2 loose cannons in my daily life. But that was my Wednesday. And what was funny is I have a daily card that I have all my things to do. And I was supposed to write a midlife crisis bit. And I was getting very stressed out about not being able to do it because I was dealing with them. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I think they just kind of wrote the bit for me. So at the end of the year, I'm turning 55 years old. That's an achievement. Like, I woke up and I breathed. Yay, there you go. Anyway, so I'm oftentimes told that, age is just a number. But are numbers really numbers? Okay, so 911. So one time I called 911 and I accidentally called a 7-Eleven. Okay, that was kind of a bad deal. Then there's number 4, and that's how many times I wake up at night to go to the bathroom. Yeah, and then by the time I wake up, my Apple Watch tells me I have 2,000 steps for the day. Yeah. And then when you get that computer error code 404, it's like, ooh, we can't connect. That is what flashes in my mind when I do stand-up comedy in front of a beautiful audience like this, and I don't even know why the hell I'm here. And what am I supposed to say? And why are these people looking at me? It's one of those things. And then we have that number 69. Yeah. In my earlier days, that was kind of a kinky thing to do. But after the age of 50, it's really like 2 people that kind of got stuck in a position. And they really can't get out. And they're frantically hitting their life alert button. Yeah. And then it's 0. And 0 represents I've stopped giving a shit as I've gotten older. So that's kind of a funny thing. So, I've been thinking about what do I want to do with my future. I've been really thinking about this, and it's been really kind of heavy. But I think one set of people who've really got this is the Amish. I mean, they've really nailed this thing. People like to goof on them that they're so backward, but they're pretty progressive. One of the things that I really admire about them is I'm really burnt out on life, but in the Amish country, the only thing that gets burnt out is wood. I see the light. Gee whiz, that was pretty quick. Holy smokes, I got a whole bit to go through. Anyway, so another thing that I find I appreciate about the Amish is how tight their communities are. And when my neighbors see me, they scatter like cheetah in the Serengeti, as if I'm trying to sell them a timeshare. Yeah, and then I'm going to be trading my Apple Pay for apple pie. That's really cool. And what's more wholesome than apple pie? It is marriage. Marriage is not a word, it is a sentence. And in some cases, it can be a life sentence. And if you watch as much Dateline as I do, it's considered a death sentence. I remember when I was married, I asked my ex-wife, "What are you burning for dinner?" And she just simply replied, "It turns out it was my money." And then when I knew what day it was, how special it was when I saw my ex-wife in really sexy underwear. It was laundry day. And then I remember one time she was sitting on the couch and there she was, and she was looking at our marriage license and just really looking at it and studying it. And I said, "Why are you looking at our marriage license?" And she says, "I'm searching for the expiration date." I'm happy to announce that I just got back from my first paid gig as a stand-up comic. I worked a club in Hooker, Oklahoma for $43. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I gotta come clean. It wasn't really a club. It was a brothel. Okay? So I gotta come clean there. And so there I was. I go to the checkout counter to go talk to the madam to see where I go, set up and sit down. And I noticed there was a trucker in front of me, and he goes, and I was really interested because I've never really been in a brothel in Oklahoma. And so the dude plops down $500 and he goes, ma'am, for $500, I want your ugliest girl and a grilled cheese sandwich. And the madam goes, hey, for that kind of money, I can give you one of our prettiest girls and a 3-course meal. And he goes, no, you don't understand. I ain't horny, I'm homesick. So then in my mind, I'm like thinking, what is going on with the people of Oklahoma? What is going on in their minds, right? Because who would be paying me $43 for a 10-minute act? That was the grand finale that just hit like a dud. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been great.